Hello, welcome to We Migrants on Our Fact Checked. I'm Seedy, and today I'm going to at least portray more about the new draft that is disclosed by the coalition government in Germany for well-integrated migrants. And we're going to, briefly explain what are the criteria, for someone to apply for such, permit if they are been in Germany for so long. And this is only possible for people with, toleration, that is Duldu. So we talk about it briefly. We talk about the resident permit. And exactly, resident permit, this is a problem for many migrants living in Germany for so long. But this coalition government come together and said, I think they get critics from different organizations, activists. Let's say the Germans that they are deporting wrong people. When we say wrong people, there are people who are deported, but they deserve to be deported because they are well integrated and they deserve to stay here, even though they get, jobs that can sustain their life in Germany. So now they are giving opportunity to those people. So we're going to make it clear how, and if you want to know that you are part of these people who can apply for this resident permit. Number one, first thing you need to know is that you need to at least have a Duldung. When we say Duldung, we mean, that is toleration in English. Sorry for my bad. I have the worst. Script for so we're gonna explain to you clearly. Okay. So Duldung or toleration, this is something that you need to know. It's a permit for people whose asylum is rejected, and that's why we say toleration. Toleration is also in English. When we come to the translation. So, but if you have this Duldung, it have to be a Duldung we call paragraph 6C. This is something that have to do with migrants who are here, at least, they get this Duldung, and it's either their asylum is rejected, or they are maybe working and they give them, let's say, Duldung. But whatever, let it be Duldung, okay? There are people who can also get a permit called Aufenthaltsgestaltung. This is for people whose asylum is still on process. There is no decision taken yet. So for those people, they have to wait until decision is taken by the BAMF. Then they can later apply for this resident permit. So which means you need to understand or have a status called Duldu. Number two, you also need to be at least living in Germany at least for 5 years minimum. Like people who have been living in Germany for more than 5 years, then you can apply for this resident permit if you at least reach or get the other criteria. So what are the other criteria? Number one, you have a Duldung. Number two, at least 5 years in Germany. If you are here in 5 years, and the other one is if you don't falsify your identity. This is something that the German government are very strict about, because they want to know who is who. And if you falsify that, then you have a problem to apply for this resident permit that are planned for well-integrated migrants. So these important 3 things that we wrote down here. The status have to be Duldung. The second thing you have to be at least 5 years in Germany, and you have to make sure that you identify yourself, or you don't falsify your identity. Then you at least have the criteria to apply for this. What will happen? What kind of status are you gonna get? When I say status, resident permit. So there are 2 types of resident permit you can get. One is normal resident permit, and the other one is the permanent resident permit. So for those people who are under this, like they identify themselves and they are here more than 5 years and they have a Duldung acceleration, what will happen? And they're gonna see if you are well integrated. Like when you say you have a job, you can speak German very well fluently, and you follow the social orders in Germany, and let's say they knew that you can, take care of yourself. You are, someone who can, take care of his livelihood in Germany. Then you have the possibility to get the resident permit we call permanent resident permit. So if you are not well integrated in the sense that you might be working, but just maybe a simple job with 10 euros or 9 euros. I mean, for your salary, if your salary is not that very good, but you're here for 5 years and you get all these criteria that we, disclose right now, then there's a possibility that you're gonna get 1 year. So this is just simple for everyone, and we want to make sure that you understand the meaning of this draft. It doesn't mean that if you're living in Germany for 5 years that you can apply. Number one, make sure that you have a Duldung, or we'll look at your status, what kind of status you get, because there are people who get Duration Duldung, and there are people who get Aufenthaltsgestaltung who are on the asylum still, and there is no, decision taken by the bank or Verwaltungsgericht. And number two, you stay here in Germany for more than 5 years or at least 5 years. And then, and number three is you clarify your identity, or you don't make any falsification about your identity. So possibly then you have the criteria that we needed for you to apply for this resident permit here we're talking about. And what's important now is that now you're going to look what kind of resident permit you're going to get. And that one also, we're going to look into that. But if you want to know more, you can go to our website, We Migrants. We're going to publish out more on this video with some of the criteria that you need and how it goes safely. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have understand exactly what is all about this resident permit. Thank you so very much. See you next time.